be getting you through another 10 minutes, and then we will be having significance of World Environmental Day and introduction of a speaker by HSC Event Committee Head Mustaq Mirza, and there will be a presentation on World Environmental Day, Ecosystem Restoration and Your Role by our eminent speaker, Mr. Tawfiq Siddiq, and there will be followed by question and answer session, and there will be exciting quiz on World Environmental Day, and then followed by felicitation of a speaker, and followed by vote of thanks by SSC KC Vice President. Now, can you please our HSC a moment?
No video? Sorry, no audio?
This was the message from United Nations Decade of Ecosystem Restoration 2021 and 2030. Ramana, if you can adjust that small video, which Jahid has sent you a link, I can adjust somewhere here. Meanwhile, okay. Before playing this video, I will welcome our President, Mr. Jahid Thakur, for his address to the gathering. Mr. Jahid.
Would you like me to play the video now?
After this.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sajai ji.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all. Hope you and your family members are doing well.
Good evening, sir.
Respected advisory members, committee heads, executive committee members, and all beloved ASSP members. On behalf of ASSP Kuwait Chapter Executive Committee, I would like to welcome all for today's event. As you all are aware that 5th June we are celebrating as a World Environmental Day. Since 1974, United Nations is celebrating this. And theme of this year is Ecosystem Restoration. To commemorate World Environmental Day 2021, ASSP Kuwait chapter organized this webinar. And our today's topic is ecosystem restoration and your role, means our role. There are many ways to adopt and celebrate these days and events like cleaning of rivers, beach, plant a tree, avoid plastics, rethink about bottled water, and many more. Our today's speaker, Mr. Tawfiq Dik, will throw lights on many more good practices to protect the environment. On behalf of ASSP Kuwait chapter, once again, I would like to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Tawfiq Dik, who is working as environmental specialist in Worli person. And I would like to thank our HSC event committee head, Mr. Mustaq Mirza, to arranging this very good speaker for all of us. Inshallah, we will get some more on this day. Thank you very much. Over to you, Safdar.
Thank you, President. Ramana, if you are ready with the small clip. Those who have joined a little late, I welcome again to all of the guests today. And good evening and good morning to all of you, since we are open to the global conference, and I don't know what part of the world you are there. So the theme is ecosystem restoration and your role. Let us play our part, and in that initiative, one of our senior mentor, Mr. Bala Srikant, has started a small initiative with his children Harsita and Ishan yesterday, and he invited many children, and they went near their house close to the seaside, and they did a good cleaning restoration of the beach. So this is a kind of awareness each individual is doing on the part, and we are overwhelmed by seeing all the kids who are doing this activity so enthusiastically. The video is not playing, Ramana? Please bear with us. Sometimes the video, yes. Please have a look on the glance of this one. And this was, I was mentioning about it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and friends, it's indeed great opportunity for all of us. Great opportunity for all of us to come forward to contribute to the environment. So, on behalf of my children and all the children, I extend my sincere thanks to each one of you for coming over here. So, the smart pep talk, I just wanted to say that everybody has to be in good health and must be wearing masks.
So we're here cleaning the beach with the World Environment Day. Let's make the environment better.
Small initiative to a small step, and that is the start of new generation educating people, and that's what we are doing. Thank you, Bala sir.
Bala sir, taking from our side, more token of appreciation for these children.
Thank you everybody for coming here. So by taking this small step, we've made the environment a bit better. As an act of charity, I have decided to take an amount of 1 KD per head and give it to an organization from the amount I've collected as my prize money from tennis. Woo! Noble cause! Come on, Harshita.
Thank you, Ramana, for playing an excellent this small YouTube video, which was a very small initiative from a group of children under some of the SSP members who had patronized this. So we are doing our part, and we encourage each of you who are present here to play your role. Now, moving forward on this, I will take you a little journey on the briefing of chapter activity, what we have done it. So this is some of the recent activity which our SSP Kuwait chapter had done it, like participation in Saudi Energy Meet, which held on 7th of April, where our Vice President participated in this energy meet. As you are aware, this process safety management forum, we are meeting every third of the Wednesday for sharing process safety management related information sharing. So last information sharing was by Mr. Ujwal Ritvik sir and Mr. Ram Kumar Nachupalli on 21st of April. You are also encouraged to participate this such event, which is really knowledge enhancer at this moment, and you can gain some knowledge about the process safety management. This was the India chapter professional development conference, which held from 28th to 29 April. And some of the our speaker from American Society Kuwait chapter, Mr. Ashok Garlapati, has given his presentation on global HSE certification. And Mr. Majharuddin Sheikh has also given a presentation of HSE systems and process integration. This is a process safety forum technical meeting number 11 by Speaker Jim Bennett and Mr. Balaji D. Loganathan on 19th of May. That was a really very good and enriching exposure for those who has make it, like a speaker, eminent speaker like Jim Bennett. We hardly get a speaker like Jim Bennett. And the time was really very short. And Mr. Bala, who was saying about how Internet of Things are playing a wide role in process safety management, and that the future will be like that. So we are trying to bring an excellent speaker with the innovative idea. So it is encouraged to all members take benefit of this. This was a recent BOHS occupational health training W505 control of hazardous substance by Mr. Serenik Rampura and Dr. Lalita Bohra from RICO EHS, where 9 of SSP members has benefited from 21st to 28th of May. So this is a highly recognized qualification towards who are looking for industrial hygienist. As you are aware, we are meeting 1st and 3rd of Saturday for ASSP Toastmaster meeting. And these are recent glimpses of which has held on 1st and 15th of May. Those who are looking for as a visitor, you are encouraged to come and join us this recent meeting, which will be holding 1st and 3rd of Saturday, and you will be getting invitation through our Toastmaster Club. So as a guest, you are invited to participate. This was some of our member has participated in Toastmaster DTAC 2021, which is an annual conference for a district level for Toastmaster, which held on 20th and 29th of May, where Mr. Dinesh Kumar Pal was there. And this is a upcoming event which we will be arranging it, like process safety management technical meet number 12, which will held on 17th of June. Try to spare your time if you are interested in enhancing your knowledge on 17th of June. We have planned for ISO 14001 lead auditor training by PEG, one of the consultancy, from 21st to 25 of June. Those who are looking for training on this, they can still join. We are having few seats left. And there is an introduction to certified hazardous material management. This is the first time webinar we are going to hold it on 27th of June. And American Society is also arranging an international certificate course, PSM batch number 2. And training will be start somewhere in July. So be watchful of this, those who are looking for process safety management courses. And we are looking forward for BOHS W507 health effect of hazardous substance. That is also planned in July. Those who are interested, they can register their name in advance. And other activity which is still going with the SSP GCC HSC Excellence Award 2021 ceremony. The date will be finalized soon, and we will be having annual general body meeting 2020-21. The dates will be finalized soon. So these are the upcoming event. Please take benefits of upcoming events. Now I will invite Mustaq Mirza, HSC Event Committee Head, to introduce the topic and the introduction to the speaker. Mr. Mustaq Mirza.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Before speaker introduction, I am going to highlight significance of World Environment Day. As you know that the most beautiful scenery is environment. So protect and conserve it to see it grow more and more. The theme for World Environment Day 2021 is ecosystem restoration. Ecosystem restoration implies assisting in the recovery of ecosystems that have been degraded or destroyed. The ecosystem can be restored in many ways. Planting a tree is one of the easiest and best way of caring for our environment. Today, American Society of Safety Professionals is celebrating this day. On this occasion, we have excellent speaker, Mr. Tawfiq Deek. More than 34 years of diversified experience in the oil and gas industry, government environment regulatory agencies, site characterization and remediation, chemical and electroplating industry, and industrial waste water treatment. Mr. Deek has been working with Worley, a PMC working on KOC major projects as an environmental specialist since 2015. Mr. Deek holds a bachelor degree in chemical engineering from Middle East Technical University, Turkey, 1985, and master degree in chemical engineering from California State University, 1995. Today is his presentation on ecosystem restoration and your role. Thank you, Mr. Deek, for accept our invitation. Really, anytime, whenever we ask Mr. Tawfiq Deek, he is ready to serve American Society of Safety Professionals as a speaker. Once again, thank you very much, and over to you, Mr. Tawfiq Deek, since everybody are waiting for your presentation. Thank you.
Give me a second, just to share. Do you have the presentation ready? You see it? Hello?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Okay, assalamu alaikum for everybody, and good evening. I have a long presentation, but again, my goal from this presentation is to shed light on the importance of this day, and we're going to skip as much as we can, no problem. But again, our goal is to get this the environmental day, very enough importance and light. So when I
could you please check click on presentation mode?
Ready?
Yeah, presentation is okay. Preview mode.
Preview?
Yeah.
How do I do that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the bottom notes is there, right? From there, fourth one. Right. No, above that there is a note. slideshow, I mean.
Slideshow. One second, I'm sorry.
No, above that, notes. Right side, go just right.
Yeah.
Right. Still right.
Okay.
Just above that. Just above that. Right
Yes.
one. Next one.
Yes.
Next one. Yeah. Click on that, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Thank you. Perfect.
Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. So this is the outline for this presentation, and we'll do our best to cover most of these if possible. We're going to do the introduction to Environmental Day, the theme, the host country. We're going to define the ecosystem, and then we're going to go and define what is meant by ecosystem restoration. And we're going to go through some examples. And I'm going to emphasize the issue of the plastic problem in our areas and the seas and the oceans, and then go into our role as persons, individuals, to help in this regard. So, trying to. Okay. So what's the word Environmental Day? I'm trying to take this out. Okay. So, so the United Nations, in order to emphasize the importance of the environment, they assigned a day. Like everybody's assigning days for something, that Mother Day, and so on. So in 1972, United Nations assigned 5th of June for this day, for World Environment Day. First celebration was in 1974 in city of Spokane in Washington State in USA, under the Only One Earth. And the United Nations, again, is the vehicle for that, United Nations Environmental Protection, and the FAO, United Nations Food Organization. And then they are basically United Nations encouraging worldwide awareness, basically, and action on the problems of facing the environment, such as global warming, which is the most important issue now, is global warming, air pollution, plastic pollution, and so on. It's celebrated by more than 100 countries, and it's could be considered as a People Day, because, like the video mentioned, those nice children that are cleaning the beaches. This is this is a people action. It's doing their efforts, their role, their part as individuals to clean up the environment, and so on. So the theme for this year, 2021, is ecosystem restoration. And for each year, they assign a theme. Like 2019, they will have air pollution. 2020 was biodiversity. And again, they have slogans. They give slogans for each year and so on. And hashtags was the social media. They have hashtag for this year under generation restoration. Is important. So 5th of June 2021 is expected to be celebrated by a vast scale of and focusing on resetting our relationship with the nature. Again, this year starts the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, 2021 to 2030. So basically, today we have the World Environmental Day and the start of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. It will take a decade to build because of the importance of ecosystem restoration. Again, led by UNEP, United Nations Environmental Protection, and Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations. Now, again, just a brief summary here. The restoration is to prevent, halt, and reverse the loss and degradation of ecosystem worldwide. So we're going to go through this one, but basically we have to prevent, halt, and reverse, if possible, the degradation of ecosystems. So it's aimed at reviving this in 10 years, hundreds of millions of hectares, covering terrestrial as well as aquatic ecosystems. Again, this is the hashtag. Host country, for each year they have a host country since 1978. So each year there's a host country. And this year, Pakistan is the host for this activities or main celebration. Again, in order to prevent, halt, reverse the degradation of ecosystems, Pakistan, in their effort, plans to expand and restore the country's forest through and imagine 10 billion tree tsunami spread over 5 years. So imagine a country is planning to plant 10 billion trees in 5 years. It's a huge effort. And I think this is because of that, I think it was chosen as a host country because of their activities. They have Ecosystem Restoration Fund to do that. And they're gonna plant trees everywhere, public parks, schools, and so on. So go to the technical part. What is ecosystem? And again, ecosystem is a place where plants, animals, living things, and other organisms in conjunction with the landscape around them come together to form the web of life. So ecosystem could be a large, like a forest, or small, like a pond. Many are crucial to human societies, providing people with water, food, building materials, like forests, trees. They also provide planet-wide benefits like climate protection. And we're gonna concentrate on this climate protection. What's the role of the ecosystem, forest, trees, in preventing or minimizing the climate, global warming, the climate problem that we are facing? So there are 8 types of ecosystems. We're going to go through them here. There are farmlands, farms. We have forests. We have freshwater, lakes and rivers. Grasslands, savannas, mountains, oceans, peatlands or marshlands or lowlands, like in Basra, Iraq, marshlands, and urban cities, areas like cities. So now we know how we have 8 main ecosystems. So what is meant by ecosystem restoration? So it means assisting in the recovery of ecosystems that have been degraded or destroyed, as well as conserving the ecosystems that are still intact. And that makes sense. Now, healthier ecosystems with richer biodiversity yield greater benefits, such as more fertile soil, bigger yields of timber and fish, and so on, and larger stores of greenhouse gases. Restoration can happen in many ways, through actively planting or removing pressure so that nature can recover itself. It is not always possible or desirable to return an ecosystem to its original state. We still need to, farmlands and infrastructure. So we need to build houses. So we go and expand the city in a farmland. So farmlands are being impacted by having expansion of the city and so on. So they have to live together. We have to live together. So between now and 2030, restoration of 350 million hectares of degraded terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems could generate $9 trillion in ecosystem services. Could also remove 13 to 26 gigatons of greenhouse gases. So, and that's the issue. The problem that we are facing is the global warming. We have greenhouse gases, which is mainly the CO2. Now, if you can have a way to reduce and absorb this CO2, you're helping the global warming issue that we're facing. So all kinds of ecosystems can be restored: forest, farmland, cities, wetlands, oceans, and everything can be restored. Initiative can be launched by almost anyone: governments, agencies, businesses, communities, individuals, like we see in the video. Because the causes of degradation are many and varied and can have an impact at different scales. For instance, degradation may result from harmful policies sometimes. Sometimes a government will allow people to use the desert, build more housing in the mountains, invade the wildlife and build houses in the wildlife. These are policies made by governments. Intensive farming. Now, if you have a need for food, what happens to the farmers? They need to make more food. So that's intensive farming. You have more fertilizers, more and so on. So sometimes the government make a big difference. Their laws make a big difference. Industrial accidents. Sometimes you have, for example, that you don't have any enough sewage treatment plants. People, what they do, they send untreated sewage to the sea, and we see that sometimes. So restoring ecosystem large and small protects and improves the livelihood of people who depend on them. It also helps to regulate disease and reduce the risk of natural disasters and so on. So in fact, restoration can help us achieve all of the sustainable development goals. And that's another issue that we will talk about. So the goal of ecosystem restoration is to help people and nature and climate. Three things. How the restoration will help ecosystem restoration. Our restoring ecosystem of different kinds and on different scales all around the world will bring massive benefits for people and nature and so on. So we can achieve development. And like I said, climate mitigation. Over 1/3 of the greenhouse gases mitigation needed by 2030, we can achieve by restoring forests and peatlands and so on. And that's a very, very important issue. Biodiversity, big issue. So restoring 15% of all converted lands in priority areas could avoid 60% of expected species extinctions. That will improve biodiversity. I'm trying to see this video, small video here. I'm not sure if the video is gone or what.
What happened, sir?
There's a video, small video, short video. It's coming. Do you see it?
Yeah, it's opening on YouTube, right?
Yes, it's a YouTube, yes. I'm sorry. So I want to take two examples of restorations, ecosystem restorations, before we go into other subjects. I'm going to take farmlands. You hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, yes. Now, farmlands cover more than 1/3 of the Earth's land surface, and are perhaps our most vital ecosystem to sustain humankind. They supply us with food, animals can live there, and so on. And yet the way we are using many of these lands is exhausting their vitality. Like I said, we have fertilizers, insecticides, and so on. And excessive use of fertilizers is polluting waterways, because if you use fertilizers, rain and irrigation water will go and seep into rivers and the oceans and so on. So basically, you are polluting the waterways with these chemicals or fertilizer that you added to farms. Pesticides are harming wildlife too. Scientists are helping communities restore agricultural ecosystems by using nature to boost farm productivity. There are some ways now they are reducing tillage, adopting natural fertilizers and pest control, and what they are calling now the regenerative farming or agriculture. Using crop rotations, growing more diverse crops, including trees, integrating them with livestock rearing can restore biodiversity and provide more nutritious diets. All these can revive the land, rebuilding the organic carbon stores and microorganisms that soak up water and maintain the natural fertility of our soils. Again, if you have more farmlands, more green is more carbon absorbing, that you are helping the climate. I'm going to skip this video. I'm going to go through other things. This is about regenerative agriculture. Now, forest, very important. Why forest? Because they are the carbon sink for the earth. So we're going to discuss the forest restoration. They make earth livable because they absorb carbon, because they provide us with clean air. So if you absorb CO2 and they produce to us oxygen, that's basically they are making us the earth livable. By storing less amount of carbon, like I said, they moderate the climate and the global warming issue. A lot of biodiversity is in the forests. All kinds of animals, birds, they living in the forest. They are under intense pressure. Why? Because people are trying to build more farms and expanding into the forest. So cutting trees, putting fires into the forest to make more lands for farms available. So basically, we are losing the forest every day. So we have losing about 4.7 million hectares of tropical forest every year in an area of the Dominican Republic, just 1 year. And that's basically you are losing our lungs. Basically, you are losing the lungs of Earth. So the rest is degraded by logging, firewood, cutting, pollution, and so on. So restoring forest ecosystem involves returning trees to former forests. So we have to plant more trees in the forest and improving the condition of degraded forests, as well as planting native trees species, because native trees can sustain the life and they can live and fit into that the forest life. So land cleared for farming that falls into disuse is ideal for forest to expand restoration. In existing forest, native species can be planted to generate the tree cover that is important in the forest. Now, this is a small model, forest transition model or curve. See, this is when you start a primary forest. This is if this is nothing impacting the forest. So a primary forest, very nice trees, cover, and so on. And then you start cutting trees, and then it goes down. So more cutting, locked over. So you cut more trees, and then it goes down until it becomes like small trees. Now, this is basically dead. We need to restore. So when you restore, you start restoring and planting more trees, and then the forest will recover slowly. And this is the secondary forest. This is the primary, secondary. So it is possible that we can restore forests. Freshwater forests, it's important, but the thing is that we are losing the fresh water by sending sewage and pollution to those waters. I'm going to skip this one. Oceans and coast restoration. Again, there are so basically oceans and seas covering more than 70% of the Earth force and regulate our climate because they are also carbon sinks. Water is a carbon sink and generate most of the oxygen we breathe. We have overfishing problem, threatening the stability of the fish stock, and that affects the food chain for humans. Wastewater is being discharged to the ocean without treatment. 80% of the wastewater is discharged without treatment. That's very bad. So restoring oceans and coasts means reducing the pressure on these ecosystems so they can recover both naturally and by this reseeding or transplanting any key species. So we have to treat pollutants must be treated, like sewage must be treated, must not send to ocean without treatment. We have to stop sending plastic to the ocean. I'm going to show this video, short video on plastic that's going to the oceans.
Yeah, audio you should share. You have to share the audio also. While sharing, just stop share, just share it again. Yeah, share it again. While sharing, you will see share sound.
This one?
While sharing, when you click on share screen, you will get a dialog box, right? On the left bottom, you will see
Scored.
share sound.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You didn't get that one?
I'm sorry.
Try to share again.
Share
Share. Yeah.
share screen,
Yeah. Share screen.
video.
No. Yeah, video is okay, but check the bottom of that dialog box. You will see share sound.
This one?
I can't see your screen.
Here.
Yeah, this is okay, but you have to click one option there. How we can keep plastics out of ocean? Okay. Okay, let me share that one otherwise. I will share that. I will share that one.
Eight million metric tons
this
of
the video?
plastic trash enters the sea from land every year.
3 minutes.
The equivalent of 5 plastic
Yes,
bags
Ramanaji.
of trash for every foot of coastline in the world. Across our ocean, plastic trash flows into circulation, dispersed almost everywhere, but concentrating in huge swaths in the midst of global currents, breaking down into smaller and smaller pieces, ingested by species across the marine world, and sinking to the bottom of the sea.
Anyone can make plastic anywhere in the world and sell it anywhere else in the world. There's no design paradigm, there's no barriers. In order to solve the plastic packaging problem, we need to effectively rethink the entire system. From one which is linear, i.e. take, make, dispose, to one where it can be recovered and fed back into the economy as a valuable plastic material, or one where it is biobenign and it can enter the environment. The ultimate goal of the new plastics economy is to design an economy where plastic packaging never becomes waste. And to do that, we need every single player in the chain to change the way that they do things.
But marine pollution comes in many forms. Industrial, agricultural, and urban waste also sweep into the sea, fueling explosions of algae that rob marine ecosystems of the oxygen they need to survive. With sustained pollution, these areas become dead zones, which already exist in more than 400 locations across the globe. But nutrient pollution can be managed through change in major contributing systems like agriculture.
If you eat, you're involved in agriculture. So it's a problem that all of us have to work together to solve. Soil health is critical for water quality. It's the first thing we have to focus on. Here on the farm, organic matter is the key thing that we try to improve. The more organic matter you have in the soil, the better the soil can hold on to nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen. Organic matter keeps it from leaching out of the soil. It grabs onto it, and that's good for the farmer, but it's also good for water quality in the bay. For any farmer to change their system is tricky, and it takes a lot of work. I think all farmers want to. It's learning different processes, practices that allow you to do it effectively that becomes a key.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
You can-
Sorry for the confusion. Sorry.
it's okay.
Okay, so do you see the screen now?
Yeah, okay.
I need to share the screen. I'm trying to share this, if you can help in this one.
Share like previous, like click on share screen and select the PowerPoint.
Okay. Jeez. I'm sorry.
No issues, no issues. Take your time.
So here, I don't see the cursor. I don't see the cursor.
Oh, I didn't see the cursor. Do you want me to
No.
share?
Yes, please. If
Where are we exactly?
you can.
Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
Yes, please. So I can.
Sure. Are we here?
Yeah, I think we are now on number 23.
This one, I think. We played video here.
Yes, yeah, this one. Yes.
Shall I move the slides?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Please. Can you continue or
Yes, please. If you can, yeah.
move only?
Yes.
Move to next.
Yes. Oh, he's sharing my screen. Okay. 1 second. Yes. Yes.
Just tell me whenever you want me to
Yeah.
stop.
Can you go back? Can you go back a few slides? Yes. Yeah. Here. I'm sorry about all the confusions, but again, the forests are very important because they are considered carbon sinks. They absorb CO2 from the environment, from the atmosphere, and give us oxygen. Please, next. Now, the problem is that if you have forest fires, you are reversing that action. Instead of taking CO2 from the atmosphere, you are sending CO2 to the atmosphere, unfortunately. Next, please. So see, if in the case of when you have a fire in the forest, you are sending almost, you are contributing 20% now CO2 from the forest to the atmosphere, more than the transportation, which is about 13%. So instead of absorbing CO2, now we are generating CO2. That's of course adding to the global warming issue problem. Next, please. So now, how can we help? Now, I think for me, the most important thing is that we have to understand how ecosystems are impacted by our actions and consumption patterns, food, driving, and so on. Now, I think we have to teach our children how to appreciate and interact responsibly with our ecosystems, because they are the future generations. If you instill in them how to respect the environment, to have to deal with it, they will be our future. Now, small things, use less resources and recycle as much as you can, like papers and packaging materials and so on. 1 ton of recycled papers saves 17 trees. Imagine if you can recycle 1 ton of papers, you save 17 trees, imagine. And then creates 5 times more jobs than 1 ton of paper production from virgin wood pulp. So you saving trees and making providing jobs. Yes. Next, please. Now, before that, please. Before. Yes. So order less home delivery food. Now, when you order food, look how much packaging material we are using. And this is an example that I have from my home. Imagine the amount of packaging. Look. Yes. Conserve water and electricity as much as you can. And that makes a big difference. Learn how to do things with less water and so on. Yes. Now, I saw this one yesterday in the mall. For look at how the information about the environment is being used by stores and clothing stores as a selling point. This is they say eco-friendly. This is a clothing store in the mall. Look at what they have: organic cotton, and they have recycled material. They have less emissions, even emission about CO2, and so on. Less energy, less water, and so on. So it's coming into the fabric of life, how to protect and restore environment. They're becoming a part of being selling clothes, even as a selling point, which is a good sign, regardless of the goal, real goal. Yes. Now, issue of trash, overflowing trash. If you don't recycle, look at the boxes, the carton boxes thrown near the trash can. Amount of trash is huge. Yes. Now look, I took this one in here in Salwa. Look at the trash, flowing trash over near the cans, because there is no recycling. Boxes, everything. Now, next. I did an experiment in my home. So this is trash with everything, recycled and everything. And look at the volume. What I did, I took from this trash everything that I can recycle. Plastic, bottles, and so on. Cardboards, glass, and so on. So next. So what do you see? All the recycled material I could take was in the black bag, and the unrecycled left in the blue bag. So imagine the volume of the trash that you can save if you can recycle things that from home. So imagine this impact on the landfill, because landfill, they have a capacity. So you're reaching capacity faster now without recycling. If you recycle, you can expand the life of landfill. Landfill take space, take acres of land and get wasted. So recycling is helpful for environment. Yes. Now, this is a lot of CO2. I took a photo from North Kuwait. Look at the pollution. And that's CO2 and other things. Yes. So let's keep our beaches clean. Yes. And our sun rising. I took a photo. This is from North Kuwait again. So good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, if anyone have questions, you can ask, open your mics and ask, or you can put in the chat box, please. Your video is not working, sir. Could you please check it? Video is okay now. There was an issue. Yeah, any questions, please? Gallery view. Okay. Okay, we'll make a move. Sardarji, are you there? Yeah,
Ramanaji, I have one question.
Yeah, Devendraji, you can ask.
Thank you, Tawfiq sir, for the wonderful presentation and the eye-opening presentation. So one query in my mind regarding this forest fire. From the last couple of years, there are so many incidents we observed. Recently in the Australia, earlier was in Uttarakhand, India, and Amazon fire was also there. So what is the reason of this forest fire? Is it the rising the temperature, or what is this? Why is a sudden increase in these forest fires?
That's a good question. Most of the fires in forests are caused by lightning, and sometimes it is natural correction for the forest to have these fires, because sometimes you have shrubs in the floor, so the fires would clean up everything. But sometimes there are a result of arsons, like in California, they have arsons that spread most of the other North California. Now, the heat is not going to help when we're going to fight the fires, and it's very hot, and the heat is increasing that fire to spread. That makes the firefighting very difficult. Now, I think the heat is a factor, but again, arson is one of the factors that wasn't happening in California. But again, yes, to answer the question, the heat has a factor.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And the weather, of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir,
there is. Thank you. There is a question in the chat box. Our advisory committee member Narayana Vasudevaji asked, has UN got a mechanism to check complaints by countries?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Has UN got mechanism to check compliance by countries? Compliance.
Yes, yes. You see, what happened is that the Paris Agreement in 2015, which is the United Nations Agreement, they put conditions on countries to reach the goals of the global warming remediation goals, which is the 1.5 C centigrades by end of I think the century over the pre-industrial age. So what they do, they monitor the performance of each country. Now, countries they volunteer their goals. Like China, they have a goal of zero carbon by 2060, for example. So the countries they volunteer, and UN will go and monitor that goal. So they encourage countries, but I don't think they have a vehicle to control other than voluntarily. The countries will voluntarily provide their goals.
Okay, thank you, sir. There is one more question. How to stop excessive urbanization, which is leading to excessive carbon dioxide generation? What is contribution of population in this menace?
The population?
Yeah, how to stop excessive urbanization, which is leading to excessive carbon dioxide generation?
Or you mean how to stop organizations? Yes.
Yeah, how to stop urbanization? Exactly.
Yes.
That is the question.
Now the countries they have limits and limits caps on emissions from industries. And I used to live in California, and they have caps and limits on emissions from each company or industry. And they have like here in Kuwait, Kipa, those guys, they have caps and limits on each company, each even industry, and they have to comply with. And they have penalties for violating those goals, and so on. So there's very harsh penalties for people who are emitting more than they are allowed to emit. So it is everywhere. And Europe is even more, they enforce it more in Europe. So they are some of the limits, yes.
Thank you. That's it. There's no more questions now. If any questions are there, we'll come back to you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. There is an online quiz. Our HSC event committee head, Mr. Mustaq Mirza, will be there to present the quiz. Mustaq ji. Since it is an online event, it will be.
You can go ahead, Ramana ji.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You.
Thank you. Okay. In that case, what I'll do is, as usual, I'll post this one in the chat box, and I already mentioned in some social networking saying that I'm going to post in the YouTube as well. So this is the link which I'm going to paste now. That. Sorry, I made some changes also. We can have on Zoom itself. Where is that? We can have a poll here. And Riaz, Mr. Riaz.
Sir. Yes,
yeah,
Rabaji.
I can't able to execute the polling. Could you please check it?
Yes,
you
done.
Just, open the poll.
Showing now?
No, it's not showing. Because we are joined in 3 systems, it seems. That's why.
It's showing, Mr. Ramna, it is showing, maybe not on your screen.
It is saying you are logged in from other device, so I cannot able to execute. That's why.
I done, Ramnaji. I done.
Yeah, since 3 people.
Ramnaji done. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. There is a poll on your screen. You can just answer the questions, and it will be open for 2 minutes. After that, we will close. And I'm going to put the same thing in the chat box as well. If anybody wants to get the certificate of participation, you have to answer the questions in the Google form as well. So same questions will be answered twice. Okay. Mr. Tawfiq, since you are a co-host, you are not seeing that quiz. I'll remove your co-host permission. Yeah. You're not going to share anything right now, right?
Yes, no.
Yeah, thank you. Hope only 5 questions. It's very simple. Now the link is posted in the chat box. You can click on the link and answer the same questions. It will take another 1 minute probably. And whoever answers first, they will be notified. They will be recognized. One more minute to close the quiz. Unfortunately, I could say only less. No. Many people are participating, but the problem is answers are not correct. I could see only few people answering correctly. I think questions are very, very difficult.
Ramnaji, may I stop the poll?
Yeah, you can stop the poll. Now they are answering this Google form. Quick. Excellent. Many people participated, almost 95% participated. Very good. Okay, thank you. I'll stop the quiz now. Yeah, shall we go for some networking in the meantime? Where is that? Sardarji, are you there? Mr. Dinesh Kumar Pal, how are you?
Yes,
I'm
dear.
fine, thank you, Ramnaji.
Sardarji, okay. Our secretary was not there, that's why I called you.
No, the connectivity was lost. We
Okay,
need to
please.
do a felicitation to our speakers.
No, go for some networking, 2-3
Yeah.
minutes.
Mm.
We'll come back in the meantime.
Okay, that's fine. Is there any new member with us today, or whose birthday is there on 5th of June? Check in the group today.
Yeah, today birthday is our past president, Mr. Sampath Kumar Reddy, sir.
Oh, yeah. Is he in the audience today?
Yeah, I'm very much here.
Oh, it's a
Mr.
wonderful
Safdar.
occasion that we are listening you on the 5th of June, and happy birthday to you, sir. Any pertinent message to this Environmental World Day, sir?
Thank you very much for the wishes. And in fact, it is a double thing, and every year, because I remember from the time I joined in HSSC, so we were celebrating this World Environment Day. And this is a practice for us. And we are here today for again celebrating, joining together and celebrating this event and with all over the world for protection of our environment and reducing the pollution. So that is the message from my side. And it should continue, especially in the younger generation, that is very much required to give us the future generations a better environment and a better world. Thank you, Safdar.
Thank you. This was a message from our new area director-elect, Mr. Sampath Reddy, and today his birthday is also there. So on behalf of American Society and today all participants, we wish you a happy birthday, and we will keep that legacy going on, taking a small step in environmental protection initiative, whatever small we can do. Ramanaji, is there any other our advisory committee members like Vasudevan sir or Asam?
Yes, they are there.
Ashok sir available, Ramanaji.
Ashok sir is there, Vasu sir.
Sir, Ashok sir?
Yes, I'm there.
Good evening, sir.
You hear me,
You have
Ramana?
a great message from webinar today from UN itself. And I know that you will be having abundant information in a very quick succession. Can you share a few minutes of any message on this Environmental Day and how best we are doing it from American Society, Casey?
Thank you, Sabdarbhai. And since the year 2000, I am associated with the chapters of World Environment Day. And it's very happy to know we used to do a big event in Radisson, Hilton. And, we used to invite the families, and we used to do the essay competition and poster competitions. And of course, because of the COVID-19, we could not do all those things this year. But I would like to congratulate the chapter for conducting this program on the Zoom platform. Another important is I would like to thank our Mr. Tawfiq. This is the 4th or 5th time he is speaking on the World Environment Day. And as you know, he already briefed about the theme, which is restoration. He himself involved in so many restoration activities in oil industry. That could have been a more, some case studies could have been presented today, but nevertheless, we can even invite him again. And we also, of course, we ourselves also undertaken so many restoration activities in oil fields. So we could have linked up with the team with the real case studies, what we are doing it here. That could be one of the, of course, it's not the end of the day. We can always have another technical meet in line with this team, what we have done. Because I always tell, think globally, act
Locally.
act locally.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
so
Thank
that's
you. It was
what we
very
want. So we will invite Tawfiq sir again and let him focus on the real restoration activities, which is in line with this year's theme, and let him present it. We have done ourselves, of course. I can also present it, but let Mr. Tawfiq present it. Any other members are interested to present the real case studies on the restoration within the state of Kuwait. Thank you, Safdar Bhai.
Very good point.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
We took this wonderful message, and we will ask our members who are really interested in presenting a showcase or case study. Even if it is a short presentation, we will try to schedule it. Ramanaji, are we ready with the felicitation to the speaker, or still you need some time?
No. We can go ahead.
Yeah. So I will invite some of our advisory committee member or past president. This is time to recognize our speaker today, Mr. Tawfiq Aldiq, for his wonderful presentation. Sir, it is a small token of appreciation from American Society for your presentation on ecosystem restoration and your role. Thank you, sir. Please accept our small token of appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to help. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. You will be receiving same certificate through email, which Ramana will be sending to you. We wish we see each other in person once the things are normalized. Yes, thank you, sir. Ramana, can you announce the quiz winner now?
Yeah, okay, Safdarji. Thank you. Okay, we have received almost 95% answers, like around 60 participants. They have participated in the quiz, and the quick winners I'm going to announce. The first one. Congratulations, Mr. Farid, for answering in a quick time. I think the full name is Farid Bella or something. Are you there around, Mr. Farid?
Hi, Ramana. Thank you for this. I think it's better to go to the second winner since I'm an environmental engineer, and it's not fair to be the winner for that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a colleague of Tawfiq Deep as well within Worldly. Please go to the second.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Syed Arif, Syed Ibrahim. We are going to announce 5 numbers, so it's not an issue. Mr. Farid, you're on ahead. And the next one. Congratulations, Mr. Vivek Dobre. You're the 3rd winner in a quick time. Congratulations, Mr. Ramachandra Murthy, Jakula, for winning in 4th position. Congratulations, Mr. Sadichetlu Vinod Kumar, for answering in quick time. That's it. Okay.
Thank you, Ramanaji, for recognizing all these participants who has participated in quiz program. Now, this is time to invite our Vice President, Mr. Majaruddin Sheikh. But before closing that remark, let us listen from Mr. Vasudev Narayanar for a few seconds for any message for this celebration of Environmental Day.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Safdar. Thank you very much. First of all, thanks to our speaker, Mr. Taufik. Excellent, sir. I learned. Of course, actually, I would say it was really scary the way we are spoiling our environment. And it's very important that this message is given to the next generation. And they have to understand that it is for the benefit of all of us, and especially the new generations, to impact what we are doing today is going to affect them or their children in future. Thank you, ASSP Kuwait chapter. As I already pointed out, we have been doing this for now 20 plus years. We are doing our bit to do the ecosystem restoration by educating people, creating awareness. But only thing which I asked a question regarding the UN mechanism, and your answer was it is voluntary. Unfortunately, voluntary things don't work. I mean, I hope the UN one day makes it mandatory, because voluntary things, it is just voluntary. Some countries may follow, some may not follow. But I know it's not our area of control or our area of expertise. But I think in the long run, the world has to wake up. Otherwise, it will be too late. Thank you, Safdar, for giving me an opportunity to speak, and best wishes to all our members on the World Environment Day. Back to you, Safdar.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful message from Vasudevan, sir. Now I will invite Mr. Ramakant Chari for his message.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's like everybody, our senior member says, as a society, like we are doing our part, like whatever we can do, even at the normal time and even in the pandemic. We are spreading the awareness about environmental protection with the specific teams and the specific programs. And appreciate chapter leaders, because even this pandemic, like you are doing this job, it's really means commendable for all our members as well as the society. And like we as a we are doing as a society level, but I request everybody, they can take up a small initiatives at their level, whatever they can do. So that will leads as a big role. Because just before starting the presentation, there was a small video presented in the meeting. The kids, they were doing some environmental protection event. That is really, it's a very means proud, even though it is a small event, but it's a proud moment for all of us, because the thinking, the kids, they were thinking it's a very good, because they are the future leaders, and it will help to the society. And not least, but today's topic is very excellent. Appreciate and thanks to our today's speaker. Thank you very much, Safdar. Back to you.
Thank you, Ramakrishna Chari, sir. This is the moment we are taking this opportunity to do a little networking. Please bear with us. We will not take more than 5 minutes. Now I will invite Mr. Sunil Sadanand, our past president, for his message on this environmental day.
Good evening. Thank you, Safdar. Good evening to everyone. Today we were able to commemorate World Environment Day in the same day itself, and thanks to ExCom for organizing a session by our famous presenter who always join us on this day, Mr. Taufik. It was a very nice presentation by Mr. Taufik on the theme, and it has enriched our thoughts on environment once again. And thanks to Mr. Taufik for giving a wonderful presentation. On this occasion, I'm sure that many of them have taken up many initiatives on their own personal front as well as in the company. They have taken some initiatives. Let us all continue such efforts and keep always a positive attitude towards environment protection, so that it will keep continue and it will give us the safe returns. Right now, we are facing a tough challenge of COVID, which one of them we didn't expect that such a scenario will come. But unfortunately, we are coping up and we are trying to overcome that. Such scenarios also can happen with respect to environment where we are living. So let us keep environment protection in our thoughts and in our day-to-day activities, and protect ourselves from such scenarios like COVID or something on the environment front. So wish you all good luck and hope our COVID pandemic will be finishing soon, and we'll be overcoming, and we'll be having a physical environmental days and commemoration in the next year. Thank you once again. Have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you, our past president, Mr. Sunil, for believing us in our teamwork, and we look forward for your continued support. And with that, we have finished with this today event. Now I will invite our Vice President, Mr. Majruddin Sheikh, for closing remark.
Thank you, Mr. Shavda. Is Bala sir there? Before we conclude, we would like to hear experience from Bala sir for today morning. If you can unmute him.
No, Majaji, he's not here.
Okay. Thank you, Ramana. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone. Special thanks to Mr. Taufik, because I know it's not only a presentation and sparing time for this presentation, it is to prepare for that and to think on that, what to deliver to this public, this professionals over here. And the preparation of presentation, it also requires much of the time. So thanks for all your time from your busy schedule and the wonderful presentation. And from your presentation, it is very, very, very much clear that it is not time for only awareness. Now everyone has to act. And if we will still talk about this we have to do and that we have to do, it will not be sufficient for the coming time. So we need to act at individual level as well as group level. And we are 100 people here who are participating today's meeting. And if each and every single one will do something like what Bala Srikant Advi and his family has done today, it will give a big difference, because this day is being celebrated by many of professionals throughout the world and many government bodies and other bodies. And if each individual will take some responsibility and do one innovative thing or one regular thing, even which we are seeing in the presentations and the posters, it will create a huge difference. So I request and I back up what Mr. Chari said, that we each has to do something which we can do. Thanks everyone and advisory committee especially for joining us and always motivating us to do such nice things and seminars and meets, and always being present there to boost us and boost all the society members. Thank you so much, and happy birthday and congratulations to Mr. Sampath Reddy sir for being a new area director. He will take his position soon with us, and many happy returns of the day, sir. May God bless you, and I wish that whole world will come out of this pandemic very soon, so that we can meet up and catch up with each other and do this kind of program in person. Thanks everyone for joining in this time, because I know many of you are going job tomorrow and many of you have also came from the job. So thank you so much for joining us, and thanks our 3 Rs, and please pray for our Rishi, who is going through this corona. He is positive right now. So we wish good and fast recovery for him. Thank you, Mr. Jahid and Mr. Safdar and Mr. Badar, our EC committee who are preparing for this since long. And special thanks to our committee, technical event committee, for arranging such a nice program. And we wish you good luck for future programs with us. Thanks everyone, and those who have participated and won this quiz, they will get certificate, and those who have participated also in the quiz will get their certificate, or almost, if you can check your mail, you must have got your certificates with us. So thank you so much. Have a good night and safe time ahead. I am concluding with this. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Majarji. And now we'll have 5 more minutes of networking. If anyone would like to talk, you can open your mic, camera, and you can talk.
Any questions also they can ask, no issues with that.
Yeah.
Any suggestions for ASSP Kuwait chapter for some enhancement also can be taken at this time, no issues with that.
Some people asked for the link of that video, which is played, Balas's.
Yeah, Ramnaji, sure. If the presentation and that video links are there, so it will be useful.
Yeah, presentation I'm going to upload in the website, and the
Okay.
video link I already posted in the chat box.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I was in a confusion.
Chari.
Chari ji.
Yeah, maybe we can explore the options, because this wonderful presentation and video we can upload in the UNEP website. They will ask all the organizers, individuals, how they are celebrating.
Yeah, some photos. Actually, we have registered the event, and I'm going to post some photographs in that.
Yeah, maybe
video
we
we
can.
cannot.
I think we can upload it, video and photos, presentations. Just
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
It's great. Yeah.
Thank you, Chari.
Thank you, Mr. Chari. We will surely do that.
And certificates are distributing now. It's on the process. It's under process going on now. Those who have participated will be receiving in maximum 20 minutes. Okay. Jai yeah, please.
Ramnaji.
Yeah,
if this session was in Best Western Hotel last year, I think before year.
Before year, yes.
So after the session, we were having a nice snacks, teas, all drinks, everything. But this year, just we are sitting here only.
We'll send through Talabat, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, Zahid bhai, you are here.
Jahid bhai is always here.
Thank you, Madar Sahab. Thank you all. Thank you, Ramana.
Thank you all. Thank you all, and very special thanks to Ramana.
Yeah, thank you. It's okay.
He is handling very good, really. Even if there was some technical issue, but you handle very calmly, really. Appreciate it.
It will, by experience only we are getting. Still, we are learning things. Okay.
Thank you, Mirza, for arranging very good speaker. And thank you, Madar Sahab, for excellent vote of thanks.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Yes.
Today, Majaji's background and face, everything was excellent.
This is West Kuwait. This is West Kuwait.
West Kuwait, it was very nice.
Yeah, early morning. You can see the rig. I'll just start it again. See, there is a rig.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Camera.
Wait. Be like that only. Let me see in spotlight. Yeah. Good.
And by running behind this energy, you see there is no leaf. There is no single leaf on this tree. So there are two sides of
Whenever
coin.
Major sir is doing something, he is doing something. There are messages in this picture itself. Environmental related thing.
Yeah.
Is actually this is the quality of leaders, that they are doing something different always.
Thank you, Jayji. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
Thank you,
what
Major sir.
I'll just call you Ramana later on.
Okay, no issues. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, Ramana. Thank you very much.
For today.
Good night.
Okay, thank you very much. Now certificates distribution is going on, and this presentation I'm going to upload in the website.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Ramana.
Thank
You
you.
handled it very well.
Okay.
Proud
thank
of you,
very
brother.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Thank
Good
you all.
night. See you all. See you in the next event.
Thank you, Asad Sahab.
Thank you, Jahid bhai. Now I am waiting for your call.
Yeah,
Okay.
TM Ali Arshad sir.
TM Ali Arshad Sahab, yes.
Yeah, Alias, how he came here? He was in a training. Just now I saw him in a training.
No, I do not miss any technical meet. You remember it.
So you are putting both legs into one leg here, one leg in the other meeting. I
No,
think,
no,
right?
no. After all, I have learned many things from Jahid bhai.
That is true.
His multitasking activity is doing excellent.
Okay, Mehtaji is doing wonderful job for last 2 years.
Thank you very much, Asad Sahab. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, then see you all.